What's up YouTube community, Bernd here, welcome back to another video lesson. In this one I want to show you an extremely powerful finger exercise that will greatly improve your left hand technique. This is something you will really benefit from in any playing style, from fast alternate picking licks to challenging and fluid legato lines, and much more of course. And it's also the top voted topic on the lesson wishlist for this month on Patreon. In case you didn't already know, my patrons get to vote for the lesson topics we cover on this channel each month. So if you need some specific help on a topic you want to see on this channel, make sure to join my shred guitar community on patreon.com/BERNTH. Now let's get ready to work on some serious left hand gains and start right away. Now, as I already mentioned on this channel, left-hand technique is actually one of the biggest frustrations from all of my students. This is something we're often not paying attention to when we're working on technique, since we are quite obsessed with getting the picking right. So over the years you might end up with a sloppy left-hand technique that actually stands in the way of learning the amazing riffs and licks you want to play. That's actually what I went through a couple of years ago, because I was so focused on developing my alternate picking technique. It's pretty obvious right now, but back then I didn't realize the huge importance of the left hand when it comes to playing fast. So today's exercise is one of the workouts that helped me the most with reshaping my technique, and it will be extremely helpful for you too, of course. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're aiming to correct some mistakes in your technique. The basic foundation we need for today's workout is the very popular so-called spider exercise. We looked at that one a couple of months ago on this channel. Here it is once again to refresh your memory. And the really important twist with this exercise is that we are not allowed to lift our fingers until we need them again on the next string. So that will really help you with sticking as close to the fretboard as possible with your fingers when you're playing. And you also have to maintain this angle with your fingers to get the overlapping notes in the exercise. As soon as you end up with flat fingers like that, you will block the next string. So this is a great way of controlling yourself to see if you're doing this exercise correctly. As soon as you end up with some dead notes in there, you know that there's something wrong with your technique. But for today's exercise, we take all of that one step further and combine our fingers in an unusual way. This is what I want you to work on after watching this lesson until the end. As always, you can download the tabs, guitar profiles and really helpful practice backing tracks I recorded for you on patreon.com/BERNTH. You will make the most amount of progress with your left hand in the shortest amount of time when you work with these files in your practice session. So for today's workout, we stick with the main concept of the spider exercise. We are not lifting our fingers until we need them again on the next string. The main challenge right here is that we are pairing the first and third finger on one string and then the second and the fourth finger on the next string. So the index and ring finger and the middle and pinky finger. So doing that is not too challenging. Once again, we want to make sure not to block the strings. We are really going for the overlapping notes right here. But it gets really hard when we move to the next strings, because we have to keep our fingers pressed against the fretboard. So really slow, we are playing. This is much harder than it actually looks, and you will feel like your fingers are working against you when you do that. So before you move it around and try out the full exercise, I just want you to try it with this one position change. Focus on maintaining this angle with your fingers so the notes can overlap and you're not blocking any strings. And you also want to keep your fingers as close to the fretboard as possible, so no flying pinky finger allowed right here. Once you repeat that a couple of times, you can play the full first section. We need one more position change here. And then of course you can start turning it around by playing back down. And the final step would be moving this exercise all across the neck to practice in different sections of the fretboard. Make sure to work with a metronome when you practice this exercise to also nail the timing correctly. You can pick any note value that you want to work on, or you can just download the practice backing tracks on Patreon to get started right now. You will see some great results and progress with your left hand in a matter of days when you just work on it for around 10 minutes at the beginning of every practice session. A lot of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet. Make sure to do that right now so you never miss another free guitar lesson again. Leave a like if you enjoyed this lesson and a comment in case you have any questions about this exercise. If you want to support this channel and the creation of more guitar lessons, you can also check out the merch on Teespring. All of these items are meant to infuse you with some additional practice motivation, and I'm happy if you check them out. As always, you can find the link in the description. I will hopefully see you again in the next video. All the best and have fun practicing until then.